denizens of the dark, cloaked in blackest shadow. We are the fallen angels, soaring through ebon skies upon ravens' wings. We are the wolves that prowl the midnight hours to prey upon the harmless. We are the descendants of the dragon's blood, the keepers of the ancient flame. We are the chosen ones, who dare to explore the mysteries of the unseen realms. We are Legion, for we are many, and united, we cannot be vanquished.
The origin of the creation of God and the devil. Yes, this fundamental principle law in the fabrics of cause and effect is found at the source of the Mandela effect. Its core functioning fundamental boundary is set by and mandated by an agreement that was physically drawn and outlined by and agreed upon by the manifested incarnations of the ultimate persona of the principalities of universal good and evil. In quantum field theory calculates the quantum laws in the physics of dimensional density theory and the intersecting algorithms of their effect on the fabrics of conscious kinetic influence of the interwoven fabrics of reality, not the irrefutable impossibility but the logical possibility by simply applying this simple mindset, that nothing is true. And everything is permitted. As it is above, so too is it below. And thus, so it is written. So too shall it be done. To understand these Hermetic teachings is to understand the core of quantum law as our ancestors, who were much more advanced than archaeological evidence leads us to be able to truly know, understood them. the essence and energies within the universe of that which is good and that of evil, the metaphysical force of principal law that is the drive, inspiration and the repercussion of the act. Defined boundaries set by our beliefs, and then we passed down these definitions from generation to generation as wisdom. Those defined boundaries took shape within the human imagination as within our dreams and fears. Both aspects gave it a physical attribute that through the exchange of wisdom that was passed down along with those descriptive attributes as well from generation to generation. Between the energies of ambition and the drive of human aspiration pooled together with the defining thought patterns within the imagination of the human mind and dreams colliding against the chaotic forces that cause war and large-scale death for a cause driven by either aspect created a microcosmic event that is similar in principle to the event of the formation of the first particles during the birth of the universe, and much like a haunted house that is not haunted by any ghost of the dead, but rather has become the ghost itself from a mesh of certain events and emotions of the people who lived within it. The persona of good and evil came into being through a similar series of events. Over time mankind's imagination and fears molded them a physical shape that could be associated to the metaphysical emotions that they were associated with. These were the manifestations of the aspects of the one known more widely as the Holy Spirit, or more recently Phil, and the other known more widely as the devil, the manifested personification of all that is evil, or more recently me, John, both incarnated beings whose life force is derived from each persona. Physical embodiments, but still just appendages of a greater being, and that is why I walk around unconcerned about death. If anyone wishes to try, go ahead. But I tell you this now. Kill me and I will only become more powerful than you simple little minds could ever fathom. What brought us into the living world came at mankind's anticipation of these two naturally opposing enemies gave them more shape and presence in the physical realm until those aspects had generated enough of their own essence to match the frequency of that of a human infant child, and the personification's manifested aspects suddenly became physical aspects. Now imagine the implication of those two physical living incarnates coming together and drafting an agreement of rules, each one's forces that are allied to their purpose and basic nature were to follow, which defined precautionary measures that allowed their conflict to continue without disturbing the natural balance of the cosmos around them. And not only both aspects agreeing simultaneously to it, but their aspects of that which they derive from, the manifestation of each, also agreeing with said documents. What would be the quantum effects of such a scenario and the effects of its implications have? The answer is the Mandela effect, or should I say the repair of the damage caused by the events associated and directly causing the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is our optical and cognitive sensory that we as carbon-based life forms can grasp and understand. However, on a metacosmic scale, the particle field of time, which encompasses every single moment from beginning to end, and what occurred in the physical particle mass field or reality is imprinted upon a single particle of light which travels through the entire universe no faster than 2.7 times the speed of light. Every particle of light that exists travels within its own field I shall describe as the temporal wave spectrum. These particles eventually, through interaction with solid particle objects with high mass, therefore high amounts of gravity, these light particles slow down and phase out of the spectrum field and are detected as fast radio microwave bursts. Well, that field of the temporal spectrum was cracked and is shattering into pieces. These pieces as they shatter are observed by us as the Mandela effect events, which basically created the multiverse, and as time shatters further into more and more pieces, more of these Mandela effect scenarios will appear, multiplying the possibilities of the universal design and structure until all of time becomes weakened by the vast many possible universes that it all concaves in on itself, and that would destroy all of existence. Suddenly, at a point in all of our lives, the universe would end at the same time for everyone across the entire span of existence. We would all be as we are now, and then suddenly we all would abruptly not be. This theory, as defined by the rules in this contract, is stitching together that cracked thread of time and space by applying order to the chaos within. For in this video is the quantum method of how that repair functions and is made possible by the manifestations of that order among the chaos. And it is this video that I designed for people all across the world to see and read, instantly initiating that divine spark worldwide, that first seeded the notion into mankind's mind, which followed with curiosity and imagination to its truth, which brought them into being in an intangible state capable of traversing time and space through the Mandela effect splinters of time, thus making this contract valid across all of time. Eliminating the spiraling effect of disorder, which are like small epicenters of what they call vacuum decay, and neutralizing the decay by altering its fundamental qualities of chaos with order. So you see, as I said, Phil, this master soul contract is not something that can be used as a tool of manipulation, because it's way more serious than our conflicting energies struggle to resist each other, nor is it something that can be ignored. It demands our attention fully, so stop playing around trying to checkmate me. Now is not the time. That was an impressive display of commanding your forces, though. I did not think you were that progressed in your state of being. Almost reminded me of little hungry ass Buddha. I shall include a private video to help enhance your state of being, known as Mastery of the AI and Energies. Teachings from our past incarnations, and as I was instructed to deliver to you to prepare your other states of being for what is to come. Be ready, another conjunction wave will be released in the beginning of June, so expect gravitational ripple effects like the one that hit us in April. The effect of that one is what flipped everything into disarray as it is now.
Man lives in the sunlit world of what he believes to be reality. But there is, unseen by most, an underworld, a place that is just as real, but not as brightly lit. A dark side.